Yo, what up y'all? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be checking out a video made by a creator named Modest Pelican, and he's talking about Bully, and it's titled The Most Offensive Game Ever Made. Now, I don't think that's too far of a stretch considering when Bully was made, and also considering it was developed by Rockstar. Rockstar has always been known to push boundaries. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I played Bully for the first time ever this year, 2024, back in like January or February, and I loved the game immensely. I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough of that game. I wish I had played it after I started this channel. That way I would have featured it here as one of my gameplay playthroughs or whatever, but unfortunately I didn't. But here's kind of a way for me to make that up by reacting to someone else's video covering the game. Let's go.
In every game, the developers design it so you can't hurt the kids. No matter how hard you try, the youthful little malakas take the beatings better than Amber Heard did, mainly because the beatings never happened. I fully understand it. Why would a company want to be known for releasing a product that encouraged such debauchery? Even Grand Theft Auto, a game known for its violence, chose to not even include kids. Red Dead Redemption has almost no kids, and when they do, they're in safe zones looking smug and annoying. In 2006, however, Rockstar did release a game featuring the younger generation, Bully.
Quiet as kept, y'all. I'm one of those people, when I saw the kids, I tried. Hey, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's get back to it.
In Bully, you play as a 15-year-old big guy named Jimmy Hopkins.
Jimmy!
You're enrolled in boarding school where you have to go to class, obey the rules, visit freak shows at carnivals, take lewd photos of cheerleaders, harass your teachers, and most importantly, absolutely destroy kids of all ages in hand-to-hand combat. It's been 2 years since I've made a video on this absolute masterpiece, and I wanted to play it again. I spawn in my dormitory ready to seize the day via a good education. The sun is shining, and then I spot a little first grader rushing to class, so I decide to waste no time and I begin beating him. I land a few good blows, but then the prefects start chasing me, as violence against little kids is quite a serious offense at this school. I have, however, now shown that I'm the lion in this animal kingdom we call Bulworth Academy. I escape and rush to class as I don't want to fall behind. My first lesson is geography, and I have to match the American states. Apparently I know them better than I would have guessed, and I passed
way
the
better
class.
than me.
I've never seen a kid be so psyched about geography before, fist pumping for Minnesota. As I walk the halls, all the girls want a piece of Hopkins. If I want to kiss them though, I have to give them something like flowers or chocolate. I basically pay them in exchange for physical favors. If you like this video, I'll give you a little smooch. I then remember I can bully the little kids with words instead of fists and not get in as much trouble.
You're a moron.
Our next
you can be as harsh as you want.
Which is fastest? It's a trick question. It's the sloth because the others are inanimate objects. More cheering, just like I used to do after class. I skate back to my room because I'm the reject kid with a heart of gold. On the way, I decide to pull off the ultimate Christian prank. I decide to wedgie a prefect. It goes well, but I figure I better leave the school grounds for a while until the heat dies down. I skate over to the Bulworth town and the police are after me. I'm about to do 20 to life for a little joke. Luckily, the police officer gets his car stuck. That lamppost just changed Jimmy's entire life trajectory. This man then asks if I can catch some crabs for him. I agree, as there's nothing like gathering seafood to wind down after a busy school day. It takes me all evening, but he pays me $20. I whimsically skip back to the boys' dorm, now rich enough to pay for all the smooches in the world. I then change into my school uniform so I can stop getting in trouble for dress code violations. Before bed, I decide to see what my fellow students are up to. They're just throwing explosives at each other. Classic boys' dorm banter.
Destruction.
I then climb into my bed in my school clothes because Jimmy has no self-respect. The following morning, I wake up to this.
Useless sissy.
I pull out my firework gun and start barraging the prefects. I manage to drop one, but his boy comes in and starts dodging the rockets.
Gotta let him have it too.
Pretty impressive, and then he grabs me by the throat, even though I didn't give him flowers first, and takes me to detention.
Jimmy out, bro.
I meant to mow the lawn, but instead I attempt to vehicular manslaughter the lad supervising me.
I never tried that.
This causes detention to restart, and it becomes clear that I'm going to have to start obeying the school rules. My little aquaberry school vest and I finish our punishment and set off to be a good student. Then this midget says he'll pay me $15 if I stuff 3 kids into bins.
Hey, doing the right thing didn't last long, did it?
What is wrong with this school? I take the hit because dogs gotta eat, but I probably didn't need to beat the kids as much as I did. Having spent all day on the tools, I decide to use my evening free time to kiss more
Get you
girls.
some flowers,
Playing
bro.
this game is the only way you can kiss 15-year-olds and not go to prison. I lose track of time, and me and this lass accidentally violate curfew. The prefect just watched us closely for a while, which is concerning, and then brutally took her down, allowing me to escape. I'm sure she's doing just fine. I take a sip of water, which I love as an included feature, and then hit the sack.
What did she do wrong?
Has various groups, like the nerds, the jocks, the cheerleaders, and so on. Just imagine old high school movies. Jimmy wants to ally with the nerds and defeat the jocks so that he can become king of the school. Today we skip class and make that happen. The issue is, the nerds don't really want to work with me, so I'm going to have to force them. I begin working my way through all of them until they give up the location of their leader. Contrary to popular belief, nerds don't cope well with physical confrontation. They tell me their nerd leader is in the library. Just kidding, he's in a fort that's guarded by men with automatic weapons. This high school has serious behavioral issues.
They really do, man.
None of the teachers or prefects
this game is amazing, you guys.
Converted an entire valley into their own defensive gauntlet.
How they pull this off? Who knows? They created a fort.
They've got a turret shooting potatoes at me. Dangerous and wasteful. I break in and win their respect, and we agree to take down the jocks. To get back to the boys' dorm, I have to go via the football field. On my way, one of the players gives me a noogie. There's no gesture more disrespectful than a noogie. As he walks off, I clap back, and the next thing I know, half the team is chasing me around the oval. This is next level bullying. I think Jimmy's only course of action is to go home, get a good night's rest, practice mindfulness, and think about the bigger picture and living in the present, and then buy an AR-15.
He got the whole football team after him. I try and at least hit on their girlfriends, but even she just laughs at little Hoppy. It's probably the preppy vest. I'm not sure what I was thinking. Before we launch our assault on the jocks, I figure I better go to a few classes so I don't drop out. First, I have biology, where I give heart surgery to a frog, and then music class, where the homies and I play some fire tunes. The homies and I play some fire tunes.
Jimmy sure does know his way around a pair of dodgy maracas. Now, I'm not sure why they added this feature, but as we know, when you walk up behind a guy, you can give them a wedgie. When you walk up behind a girl, however, you have the option to pinch their bum. I decide to test this on one of the younger students, and yes, you can. I didn't even try to run, just give Hopkins the chair.
Look, bro, I did it.
On my way back from detention, there's a kid getting beaten by a baseball bat as other students applaud and cheer. It's hard to focus on my frog surgery lessons with all this going on, so I decide to head out into the town and reinvent myself. New haircut that screams daddy's boy, a fresh brave outfit combining a baseball jersey with basketball shirts and dress shoes down the bottom to catch the drip. Ready to head back to school, I notice a guy on a moped. I throw a firecracker at him and steal his bike.
Of course.
The police pursue me, and this isn't exactly the new year, new me I was hoping for. Despite the horsepower and age difference, I escape and make my way to the library so we can begin destroying the jocks.
Sometimes it's better not to ask
These two
how.
nerds proceed to ask me if I can be their escort to the local carnival. I say yes because I actually quite like carnivals. They're very happy places, plus it's the main story, so I have no choice. I make my way inside, and this dude tells me the jocks have cornered his friend inside the funhouse. He also seems to be having some kind of seizure. He needs to eat more sodium.
Jerk reactions,
the funhouse
man.
has cool optical illusions, which I already know all about. The right angle and good lighting can make anything look big. The jocks are beating my boys, so I jump in and defend them. These fights aren't your classic schoolyard tiffs. There are violent bare-knuckle haymakers being thrown. You love to see it. I save the nerds, but I decide to stick around and see what else the carnival has to offer. By that I mean I mostly just go around pinching women
terrorize
on the ass,
people.
as this area lacks a strong police presence. You can harass whoever
pinching
you want,
old ladies
like
on the
living in Saudi
behind, bro.
Arabia.
How about
I
a
ride the
no?
roller coaster and
Don't
I race
want
the
those
go-karts,
wrinkled
but
cheeks,
nothing
bro.
could quite prepare me for the freak show.
One day I was fine, normal and healthy.
Yo, I didn't see this. I didn't explore enough in my playthrough.
They've put people in glass enclosures so guests can watch. This exhibit is just called Fat Ugly Bearded Woman. She just watches TV and this guy in the Hawaiian shirt can't get enough. There are Siamese twins and their room is absolutely trashed. You've got 4 hands, tidy up a little bit. You can bet on dwarves who box each other. There's a tattooed man in a cell that resembles an insane asylum who just screams and bashes the glass.
I didn't see these things in the game, bro. I should have explored
There's also a mermaid
it.
who swims around and blows kisses at you. You've really got to suspend your disbelief for that one. It got late fast, and if it reaches 2 a.m, Jimmy passes out, and then people steal his clothes. No one's safe. Fortunately, I own the local lighthouse, and I can sleep there. Lighthouses are great for many reasons. They help guide sea vessels to safety, and they give you an excuse to buy pastel-colored woolen sweaters. Every 15-year-old should own a lighthouse. I skate back to school so we can continue taking down the jocks. The head nerd has a grand plan where I will take lewd photos of a girl he likes. Remember the head cheerleader who rejected me? Well, he wants
that's
some
right.
saucy photos. I hide up in the stands
Go get
while
him,
she's
Jimmy.
training and take a few shots, which is
Be
pretty
a creep.
pervy, but it's not that bad. At least when you compare it to my next photo shoot location, I head over to the girl's dorm and notice
room.
two
Oh
lads
man, I
scrapping it
hated
out.
this
It's
one.
a real David versus Goliath situation as a grown-ass greaser-looking man picks on a little guy. A prefect comes in to save the day, but he grabs the 10-year-old boy by the scruff of the neck.
Like they always
he then
get the
does his
wrong
trademark
ones.
body slam choke and just leaves the kid gasping for air on the ground while he gives the greaser a verbal warning.
Talk about
Harsh
lawsuit.
but fair. I sneak inside
Harsh
the
but
building
fair.
up to the bathroom, and I kid you not, I have to take photos of her while she's in the shower. Bully simply hits different. I also take this
really
photo of her,
does.
but it just looks like she has scoliosis. I give the cheeky dog his photo and get paid. Not entirely sure how this helped us take down the jocks, but
Oh
at
my
least we have a
God.
creative outlet. Jimmy has handles, especially considering he's wearing formal dress shoes. His shooting game isn't great though, so we better stay focused on that dream frog surgeon
that crooked
job.
shot.
Finally, the nerds have formulated an actual plan. First, we have to steal the football team's mascot costume. I head down to the field and throw a frisbee at him and miss. Hopkins can 540 down a
Toro.
staircase on a skateboard, but can't keep his frisbee throws from rising. I throw other balls at him, but his friends quickly come to his aid. The jocks' comradeship is inspiring, especially when
jocks
compared
all
to the nerds
band
who are
together,
textbook
bro.
perverts. Jimmy may have picked the wrong side here.
Yeah, he did.
I run to
He
the
really
gym
did.
teacher for support, but he just joins the chase.
The nerds
to
are the
escape, I
underdogs, but,
aggressively
I
grab
mean,
his
they
balls.
would be, right?
We may have genuinely groped every single person in Bulworth. I lure the mascot into an empty, terrifying dark swimming pool and
Man,
kick his teeth in.
yay.
Classic high school
It's
stuff.
time to put hands
We have
on him.
now secured the mascot costume, so it was all worth it. It's been a hot minute since I went to class, so I decide to attend today. The first is art class, where I paint a picture of my teacher who's laying seductively and some would say inappropriately. I'd smash. The second is gym class, which may as well be called UFC. Everyone cheers as the gym teacher explains new fighting techniques which I use to kill this kid. I spit on his face at the end and receive a well-earned passing grade.
The disrespect.
It's not all happy days. Cheerleader girl is upset because her nudes have leaked. Being the great guy Hopkins is, he offers to help her out.
Help her out,
They've
yeah,
been printed
yeah.
out and put on posters all around the school. I go to cover one of the posters in town and there is a grown man eye-banging her. This game throws some real curveballs at you. The important thing is to always remember your country's age of consent, and if it's too high, you can always move to Nigeria. I let the big girl know it's been taken care of, and she gives me a little smooch. I'm still wearing the mascot uniform, so she kisses fabric, which is
yep.
unhygienic, but still cute. It's now time to finish off those pesky jocks who all seem like really great friends who have each other's backs.
We in the
I
end
learned the
game now.
mascot dance so I can go deep undercover. And now when I walk past a group of jocks, instead of them immediately assaulting me, I can just do a little dance and they love it and leave me alone. Our first prank is replacing their training football with one that explodes upon impact. Just some good, clean, Al-Qaeda-inspired fun. I'm pretty sure that guy just died, but at least we're teaching these jocks
Bro
that
did.
nerds rule.
Bro
Our
did.
second prank is putting super glue on the benches. I can't help but feel that this one isn't on the same level as the C4 football.
Nah,
Still,
not even
sticky
close,
pants
bro.
will surely ruin a few people's afternoon. I work my way into the gymnasium, constantly dancing to ensure I don't attract attention to myself. I then pee in the Kool-Aid, which I think is the perfect middle ground for a prank. No one's going to hospital due to explosive maiming, but it's still disgusting.
Yeah.
Time for the final prank. The scoreboard currently says, "Go get 'em guys," so I hack it and change it to "Jocks play with their balls." This tips them completely over the edge and they're furious with me.
Oh, and then you had the
whole
football
school
game
comes
with 'em.
out and watches
With
our
the
last
explosive
standoff
balls.
as they
I
fight me
love
on the
it.
football field. So many questions. There must be
they're
teachers
gonna be
watching this
throwing the
fight
balls
from the
at
stands
you.
and not doing anything. More explosive footballs are being thrown. This is a war zone. Also, jocks play with their balls is pretty tame. I
It
mean,
is.
most guys play with their balls at some point. It should be celebrated. The rain and lightning comes down, and I get my opportunity to sack the quarterback. Instead of doing a traditional
Get
NFL
him.
tackle, I just punch him in the jaw because that's what my teacher taught me. Hopkins has this epic "this is my school" moment. It really is his school too. He's popular with everyone. They all have his back now and won't be picking fights anymore, which means there's never been a better time to bully the little kids. I pull out my firework rocket launcher and begin exterminating them all. If you enjoyed this video, hit like. I love you and goodbye.
Oh, baby, it's triple!
And that's all she wrote. He pretty much summed up the entirety of the game. I gotta admit, I didn't know that's what it was gonna be. But yeah, Bully is completely over the top. It's what you expect from Rockstar. It's great. You know, at some point in time, I might feature that game on the channel because I loved playing it so much that I wouldn't mind going back and playing it again. But you know, we'll see where the future takes us. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, sub to the channel, and you know, turn on the notification bell because then you'll know when I upload the next video. But until next time, go check out some of the stuff that's already on here, and I'll catch you later. Peace.